Hi, class. My name is Tawana, and I'm going to talk to you about the strategy that I chose. I chose the monitoring strategy, the monitoring comprehension. That is the process in which students determine if they understand what they are reading. According to our textbook, there are certain things that we can do before we read to see if we comprehend, and there's things that we can do while we're reading and after we're reading. So the textbook says that major things that we need to do are setting goals for reading, adjusting reading speeds to difficult materials, checking comprehension, and taking corrective steps when comprehension is failed. If a student cannot articulate the main idea of what they're reading, that is an indication that they are not comprehending what they're reading. So, some steps that the book suggests are to, before reading, they suggest that we preview what we're reading, skimming through. We also activate their prior knowledge, try to gauge them to see what they already know about the topic before we get into the lesson. We also can set a purpose and a goal so that we know at the end if we achieved that goal. And we also can make predictions about what we think the story is going to be about. When I looked at other resources about this topic, they also suggested certain things like identifying where the difficulty occurs, um, reinstate what you read in your own words. A lot of times, if the child can tell you from their own words what the main idea is about, you know that they comprehended exactly what they read. Also, looking back at the text and looking forward in the text to see if we can resolve where their issue lies. Another thing that research said was to look for unfamiliar terms. When they find unfamiliar words that they're not sure of, what I like to do in my class with my teacher is I like to write the words down. I will give them a sentence for the words and allow them to see if they can figure out the meaning of the word based on the sentence clues. Um, it also says doing Venn diagrams, charts, and things of that nature, putting exactly what we read into sequences so they can tell you this happened at the beginning, this happened in the middle, this happened in the end. That's also another way to see if they comprehended what they're reading. Also, it talks about for us teachers what we can do as educators to implement this strategy. We can do modeling where we model exactly what we want them to do. A lot of my teachers call it think alouds, where they're not only telling the students step by step what the procedure is, but they're also showing them their thought process, how they came upon that answer, and the strategies and everything that they use to get to that point, which is a great tool in the classroom. Also, they talked about guided practices. That is when the teacher guides the students and shows them when exactly to apply that strategy, as well as application, which is also the teacher applying the strategy to that specific activity that we're doing. Also, when I looked at other resources, they also said things about stopping as they're reading to stop them at each paragraph and actually talk to them and discuss with them. So, what happened in the paragraph? What did we notice the characters doing? That's another way to see if they're comprehending exactly what's going on as they're reading it. Also, it says to have them really think about the information that they're reading and just to try to break down things. Having them break it down in their own words will really give you a look at if they really are understanding and comprehending what you're doing. Also doing a lot of hands-on activities. For me personally, I'm a learner where I learn better when I'm doing something. So taking what we read and putting it into an activity and allowing them to complete that activity will also show you that there's an understanding there. They also should be able to retell you the story exactly of what happened, because then you know that they have the sequence of what happened in the beginning, what happened in the middle, what happened in the end. All of these things are ways for us educators and for the students to monitor if they're really comprehending what they're reading and what they're doing. And if they're not, we have to come up with other ways, maybe add more activities into your day to get them to comprehend exactly what they're reading and what's taking place at that time. So I hope you guys got a gist of monitoring comprehension, and I can't wait to see the rest of your videos. Have a good day.